Hi Dr. Terry, it's Makan. This is my video demonstration for my project 2. As you can see, I have already compiled the server. It's ready to go here, and then I'm gonna compile the client. I have my board set up right here. I'm gonna be showing you while I work here. So first, I'm gonna be showing you the read functionality for the temperature sensor. I have been having some issues. I believe it's hardware because I was working on this about a few hours ago and it was working perfectly fine. I just put a space in there. So as you can see, I put the ADC value that's received from the server as a troubleshoot method just because I wanted to see what was the issue. As you can see, it's the same for the first one. It's usually the second one that's been giving me the issues. So let me change the the temperature or the mode to Fahrenheit real quick. Alright, as you can see, I set the mode to Fahrenheit via the prompt. Also, I put it right here. So let's see. Okay, as you can see, 742 is the received value, while actually the server acquired 753. Now, the issue I've noticed is in the very close vicinity of the number that was acquired from the server. But it's not, but sometimes in very rare situations, it's just flat out 0. I've been looking over the code and it doesn't seem that the code is the issue. I believe it's like more of a hardware issue. As you can see, even though this ADC value is not exactly the same, this value is in Fahrenheit. You can see compared to this previous value, which is in Celsius, and then the prompt right here. And then next, I'm gonna be toggling the LEDs. I'm gonna do LED 1 here, as you can see right here. Toggle LED 1, and then I'm gonna enter that, and then I'm gonna get a prompt. I made this LED 1, and then this other one LED 2 right here. I'm gonna just retoggle that really fast. Okay, as you can see, the prompt again says that the LED was toggled and this turned off. It was toggled. Let me just do the other one real quick. As you can see right here, I enter. Right here it says LED 2 is toggled, and we can see right here that the second LED, because the first one was red, this one's orange. And then let me just retoggle just to make sure that it works. Two. Okay. So see, it's the prompt. Prompt went up, and then right here the LED is off. Okay, fantastic. So next, the subscribe. I did have I'm having some issue with my subscribe. A majority of it is working properly. It's just there are some functionalities to it that aren't working as intended. As you can see, hold on. And then 4. So I'm gonna do an interval of 5 and 4. You can see here, when I do that, you can see that it's in the prompt. Both LEDs are being toggled as this is going. It's in the correct interval. And then we're gonna be, after this is finished, I'm gonna be doing a longer interval just to test the other functionalities of it. Let's do 6 and 15, or yeah, let's just see, 6 and 10. Okay, here we go. Okay, It's entered. It's going. Then I'm gonna do a toggle while, as you can see, it's actually working with the subscribe. I'm gonna do a toggle. See, as you can see, it did toggle when I entered that comment while the subscribe is going in. I can do the another toggle here. The one, as you can see, it was just toggled. I just re-toggled it, and it's back in the same. Next, I'm gonna just change the temperature real quick. The temperature mode. As you can see, the mode was switched to Celsius. It previously was Fahrenheit. I'm gonna do a read. Oh, wait, oh. It's the subscribe finish. Let me just redo it. Let's do a 9 and a 10. There we go. Let's recommence. And then I'm just gonna do a read to get the immediate. Now I've been having this issue. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is, because sometimes, not always, but sometimes when I try to get the immediate reading from the sensor while the subscribe is happening, it just completely exits out of the subscribe. If I do this, if I redo, say, let's do 5 and 4 here. Okay. Or, oh, excuse me, it's not even running the program here, so I apologize. 5, 4, and then we can see that it's going, and then as you can see, sometimes it doesn't work. Right here we can see a 0 value, but even though the ADC value that we acquired is not even there, but if you do a read again, it always, if there is a wrong value, it always records the previous value it recorded. So it's not the most current value, it's always one behind in the client. It's a very strange thing. I've never, when we talked about this over email, I was very confused what the situation was. I believe, based on my observations of the code, excuse me, I believe it's a hardware issue. And then when another thing is, when I do a subscribe, let's say I do subscribe 7 and then 8, right? And then I'm trying to do, well, that subscribe is going in right now. But when I do another one, even though the code that I have should make it so that the prompt says that there's another one happening, another subscription going on, it just the current one that I just entered just overwrote the one that was running previously. So I'm not actually, because based on the code, if you can see the let me see here. I made it so if the subscription was right here, see, this would just have it so if there was another subscription going on, then it would just deliver this prompt that said another subscription is already active, and then it would just eliminate the one that I just entered. So I'm actually not entirely sure what the issue with that at all is. But in terms of the temperature sensor reads, I believe that is a hardware issue. And then when I was trying to do the program to disconnect the server from the client with the excuse me, with the toggle and the read, it was a very weird situation because I was getting some very strange errors, and I have that code in here still, but within the handler, but I still don't understand. It's not doing anything, which is the weirdest thing. And like I have code in the client that doesn't like interfere with any of this. So I'm very bewildered as a whole on what the issue with some of these functions are. But in the end, honestly, if you can see here, I'm going to exit the code right here. Press exit, and then I have a little prompt that says exiting, and then right here we can see that the client itself is disconnected. I'm very bewildered though, Professor. If you can really enlighten me in this situation, I'd really appreciate that. I'm not entirely certain if this was a software issue because from my observations, all this the handler all in the handler commands, it should like function. It should be functional in terms of the temperature sensor, because none of the temperature sensor code that I was working with earlier today was altered. It was very strange. But that code was completely 100% functional. I was working with it for 10 minutes. I was just doing some random tests to make sure everything was good, and it was perfectly fine. I'm not entirely sure what the issue is. It might honestly just be a hardware issue. Yeah. Well, thank you, Professor. Have a good night.